At the class reunion, the man accidentally dropped his car key, and everyone froze. The poor kid everyone used to bully and look down on was now driving a luxury car none of them could afford. As a child, his parents divorced. Soon his mother left too, and he became unwanted. If his second uncle had not brought food sometimes, he might have starved. But his uncle was in the army and could only send living money every month or two. It barely covered meals, let alone new clothes. He wore the same clothes until they faded. Over time, they even started to smell. Everyone called him a little beggar, and no one wanted to get close. After a long time, he spoke less and less, and his mind slowly started to seem off. In high school, he secretly fell for the class beauty, but he knew better than anyone that a girl like her would never notice him. One day, he accidentally knocked her fountain pen to the floor. He hurried to pick it up, kept apologizing, and instinctively wiped the pen on his clothes before returning it. But that move made the classmates nearby frown. As he carefully tried to hand the pen back, a rich boy kicked his hand away and cursed him in front of everyone. "You shameless beggar! How dare your dirty hands touch her things?" When he handed it to the girl, she saw everyone's disgust and said, "I don't want that pen anymore. Throw it away." Those words cut into his heart like a knife. He knew she truly thought he was dirty and poor, and would not even keep something he had touched. Later, unable to afford college, he left school to work at a construction site. But he kept her pen with him, protecting it like a treasure. From then on, he quietly swore that one day he would make something of himself. Not long after, a car accident happened right in front of him. Without thinking, he rushed over to save the driver and called emergency services. That instinctive kindness changed his entire life. The next day, the driver he saved came to thank him and handed him 100,000 yuan in cash. Back then, that amount could change a person's fate. But he had just entered society and did not know how to use it, so he gave it all to his second uncle who had just retired from the army. His uncle used the money to start a business. In just a few years, his clothing factory became the largest local company. As the factory's biggest investor, the man earned a huge return. That day, he walked out of the factory with millions in dividends. Unexpectedly, he ran into the class beauty, who had come for a job interview. Just as he wanted to greet her, her eyes turned red, and she ran off crying with her head down. "Miss, it's not that I look down on you. Our finance department is really full." Only then did he realize she had failed the interview. He wanted to follow and ask what happened, but the disgusted look she gave him years ago flashed through his mind. She had probably forgotten who he was. Just then, an old classmate called, inviting him to a reunion. Thinking he could return the pen to her there, he gladly agreed in the class group. On reunion day, the arrogant rich kid arrived early at the restaurant, showing off his new car and drawing envy from everyone. After all, most classmates had come by bus. While he was bragging, someone noticed a nicer car nearby. Everyone looked over. Its one-way window film hid whoever was inside. The rich kid walked over and peeked in, but the man only gave him a contemptuous glance and turned away. He knocked, trying to cozy up to the big shot but got no response, so he led everyone into the hotel. When everyone reached the banquet hall, the class beauty walked up to the man who had just entered. His heart moved, thinking she recognized him, and he touched the pen in his pocket. But she only smiled politely and did not say his name. He soon realized she did not remember him at all. She shook his hand lightly and went to chat with others. "Who was that guy just now?" "I don't really remember either. He just looked familiar, so I said hello." After everyone sat down, the rich classmate enthusiastically handed out cigarettes and soon reached the man. He offered him a pack of soft Zhonghua with a hint of showing off, but the man waved it off. He simply preferred Hong Shuangxi, but the rich kid thought he was being looked down on and made a sarcastic joke. "Guess when you're used to 7.5 yuan Hong Shuangxi, 75 yuan soft Zhonghua just doesn't feel right." Then the homeroom teacher came over. The man quickly stood up to greet him. The teacher casually asked where he worked now, and he simply said, "Qifeng Clothing Factory." Everyone assumed he was just a regular assembly line worker. After all, Qifeng was a famous local factory, and ordinary people could hardly get in, the teacher said with a snobbish tone. "Then you should learn from Wu Yunfeng. Otherwise, after working hard for half a month, you might not even afford one carton of his soft Zhonghua." "Oh, Teacher Jia, that's too much. Assembly line work is exhausting. I was born with everything, so I've never really suffered. If anything, I should learn the spirit of hard work from this classmate who smokes Hong Shuangxi." At this point, the teacher suddenly said he remembered that smelly kid from their high school class. The rich classmate perked up. "You mean that stinky beggar, right?" "Who? Don't you remember? The idiot who dirtied Zhou Qing's pen." "Didn't you throw it into the trash in the end?" "Oh, I remember. That kid was a total weirdo. He wore one outfit all semester, and whenever he passed by me, he smelled like he had crawled out of a pit toilet. Ha 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 ha." But no one connected the man with the stinky beggar from back then. Just then, the class beauty spoke up. She said they had all bullied him in high school and should apologize, not mock him behind his back. The man saw her differently for a moment. He had not expected her to stand up for him. But the teacher waved it off and said apologies were unnecessary. After all, the man never even went to college and was probably doing the worst among them. If everyone helped him out later, that would be more practical. Then young Master Fu placed his car key on the table and said his company happened to need a driver, so he could have someone contact him later. Everyone was laughing and teasing the man when his car key slipped out. In an instant, the classmates all froze. Back then, owning any car was impressive, and his car was even more high-end than the rich kid's. As the man bent down to pick it up, the rich kid grabbed it first. He did not believe the man could own such a luxury car and muttered, "Isn't this just a lighter?" Then he pressed the key hard. A car unlocked outside the hotel. "Sounds like it came from outside." The rich kid looked embarrassed, went to the window and pressed it again. This time, everyone saw it clearly. It was the luxury car parked by the road earlier. In an instant, all the classmates crowded around the man, trying to chat him up. The teacher's face lit up as he said excitedly, "After teaching for over 20 years, I actually taught a big boss." Then he eagerly asked, "What is your name now?" Under everyone's curious gaze, the man replied calmly, "My name is Zhang Long. He was Zhang Long."